Hey guys, Peyton Snakeback here again for another DVD and Blu-ray update for you guys this week. It's been about 2 weeks since my last one. I'm rocking it with my Creepshow shirt that I got for Christmas a couple days ago. I hit the mother load, guys. I got 26 movies to talk to you guys about. 9 Blu-rays and 17 DVDs. As usual, I'm going to talk about the Blu-rays and then the DVDs. One of them being a Disney Movie Club Blu-ray, a Stinky Tuna Blu-ray, 3 Scream Factories, much more. So I'm going to talk about the Scream Factories first. Especially this first one I want to talk about because this is one right here. I was so happy and I was so excited that when this was coming out, I had to pre-order this thing right away. I remember doing a video years ago talking about like my top 20 favorite movies. This was on the list. This is a movie here called Deadly Friend, here on Blu-ray for the very first time from Scream Factory. You don't know how happy I am that this movie is finally out on Blu-ray. And this is I love the new artwork on here. It looks amazing. And first artwork cover right there. I think it's the original picture. I always remember the cover for the VHS that my mom. She still has. I don't know where it is right now, but I always remember the original art cover, or not the for the VHS, but this movie right here stars Christy Swanson's in this movie. This is a movie directed by Wes Craven. Basically, if you haven't seen this movie, this is one of those movies where one of those Wes Craven movies you don't hear people talk about. You hear about Nightmare on Elm Street. What else do you hear about? The Scream movies. You don't hear people talk about this movie that much. But if you haven't seen this movie, this movie is basically has to do with a guy named Paul, and you know, he was the boy from Little House on the Prairie, and basically he's like a scientist basically, and he's created this robot. And this robot named BB. It's him and his mom. They move to this new house. He meets his friend named Tom, and they have and next door is Christy Swanson's character, and he basically falls in love with her. And what's also cool about this, the thing that happens is one night the robot ends up getting blown up. It getting torn up by a crazy neighbor, and the neighbor's played by Anne Ramsey from the Goonies. So the robot gets torn up, and one night, you know, the Christy Swanson's father's like very abusive, and he ends up killing her. And basically, the main character can't accept the fact that she's dead, and he feels he's so much in love with her. He basically puts the robot parts that was from his robot and puts it inside her, and gives her a robot brain basically, and that makes her come back to life. And he's basically treating her like a robot, but basically that was like a bad idea to do because now it's out of control and it doesn't respond whenever he wants it to respond or anything. It's just out of control. She's basically killing people. That's essentially what the movie is. But this movie right here, you know, like I said, I was so excited when I heard this was coming out to Blu-ray. It looks absolutely amazing on Blu-ray. I know too, a little while, because I have it on my digital as well on my Vudu channel. I didn't think that a Blu-ray was going to come out because the only way it wasn't in the digital was not in HD. It was in standard definition. So I had like little hopes that when I saw that a Blu-ray was never going to happen. But then I always had my fingers crossed. But yes, Deadly Friend is finally out on Blu-ray. I am so excited about this. But the features you get is you get a new 2K scan of the movie, new interviews with Christy Swanson, writer, and the composer, and the special makeup effects artist, and theatrical trailer. But have to say though, this was definitely worth the upgrade. It's another one of those kind of movies you just feel like rewatching over and over again. This movie is a rewatchable movie. Same thing with The Witches. But I'm so excited this is finally out on Blu-ray. Alright, the next one here I got, now this is a movie right here, my mom has been recommending me for quite some time, but I've never watched it up until a couple days ago. I watched it, I mainly watched it now because the guy who's in this movie, I talked to on Cameo the other day, his name is Steven Tobolowsky, or something like that. I can't remember, but I know he played, like, the teacher in Freaky Friday. He played the villain in Garfield. He's been in a lot of movies, and he's in this one too, in like a couple of scenes. But this is a movie called Single White Female. I know too that they did a sequel to this. It was like a direct-to-video sequel, but I don't know if it's as good. It probably isn't. But this is a movie starring Bridget Fonda and Jennifer Jason Leigh, and it's basically, you know, Bridget Fonda. She was going to get married with this guy, and she ends up dumping him because he ends up cheating on her. And it's basically her going on the internet trying to find a new roommate, and she ends up coming across Jennifer Jason Leigh's character. And, you know, her and Leigh's character, you know, they're doing fine. The relationship's going fine and well until, you know, there's something not quite right about Jennifer Jason Leigh's character. Like, her character is basically, like, getting angry every time Bridget Fonda's character is out late, and basically she's also trying to steal Bridget Fonda's character's identity, and it's just kind of like this weird things, like, what the hell is going on? Like, why is this girl doing what she's doing? It's like, it becomes like this total nightmare. But honestly, I thought this movie was great. Definitely check this one out if you haven't seen it. It came out, the Blu-ray came out in 2018, so it's been out for a little while. You get, I think it's basically the same features as the DVD. I'm not sure exactly, but that is a Single White Female on Blu-ray. The next one here I got, the other Scream Factory one I got. This one I decided to get because I found out, you know, the Candyman 3 is finally coming out, the Blu-ray from Vestron, and in just a few weeks. And I figured, because, you know, since I rewatched the first one, and then I saw the new one in theaters, I feel like watching the old sequels again. But this was Candyman Farewell to the Flesh, or Candyman 2 on Blu-ray. Which I thought this went out of print, but I guess it isn't, because I found this, I think it was on eBay for about $17. Because a lot of Scream Factory stuff from MGM have gone out of print. There's a couple of them that are still in print. I think Motel Hell and The Burning and After Midnight, and I guess this one now, are still in print. They were from MGM. But this one was kind of like the main character was kind of like related to Candyman. I think she was like the great granddaughter of Candyman. And it's her basically trying to learn about the Candyman, and all these weird, like, murders are starting to happen. That's technically what this is. You know, I did watch this one on Netflix a few years ago, and I thought it was okay. I tried to give it another rewatch. I still think it's okay. I kind of like the first one and the new one better. And I never seen the third one, so I don't know if that one was, like, any better or any good. But I'm willing to give that a chance if Walmart puts it out. Okay, the next one here I got, this is from Disney Movie Club. This came out the Blu-ray a couple months ago. And I remember actually kind of liking this one. I never really watched any of the old movies, to be honest. I know my grandmother did, and I think she recommended them to me years ago, but I'll get them sooner or later. I don't know when. But it's, you know, the movie with Lindsay Lohan in it, Herbie Fully Loaded. And I actually thought this was actually a remake, but it's actually a sequel to the movie. So this is basically, you know, the Herbie car now, you know, it's not as popular anymore, and it's now in the dump. And Lindsay Lohan's character is, you know, she's graduating, and she's getting a car for her graduation gift, and she ends up picking, you know, Herbie, of course. And, you know, when she's driving it, you know, Herbie's not, the car is kind of like moving by itself, and it's like out of her control, basically. It's just a funny, ridiculous movie to watch. But it's her, like, you know, racing against this guy, street racing this guy, and the guy's trying to, like, do everything he can to win the race and everything. But I actually do like this one. I mean, not a perfect movie. It's not like my favorite Disney movie, but I still like this for what it is. No features on this one, but definitely kind of worth the upgrade, I thought. Now, this is one right here. I was so excited that when this was coming out the Blu-ray, and I have to say, Paramount has been killing it with their releases. I know next month, the Bad News Bears remake's finally hitting Blu-ray. I know it was a couple months ago. I think they canceled it for some odd reason. Along with Barnyard coming out the Blu-ray. Then I think in February or March, Jimmy Neutron's coming to Blu-ray, and finally, all 3 of the Rugrats movies are finally hitting Blu-ray for the very first time. So I'm so excited about those releases. But this is one I was definitely excited for when I heard this was announced. And this is a movie, this is a childhood movie right here. I watched this one since I was little. But this is the movie here, Beavis and Butthead Do America, here on Blu-ray. Basically, you know, it's based off, you know, the Beavis and Butthead TV show, which I'm hearing there's going to be a new one being put out by Paramount Plus, but I don't know. I don't know the whole story about it. But the movie is basically, you know, it's, you know, Beavis and Butthead, to get their TV stolen. It's them trying to find their TV, and they end up going to this motel. And the guy who's in this motel is voiced by Bruce Willis. And, you know, Bruce Willis thinks that these are the guys that are being hired to kill his wife, basically. And of course, but in their heads, they're thinking they're gonna have sex with her, basically. And they go to California and try to find the wife, or that's voiced by Demi Moore. And the government and the police are after them because they think they have all these explosives. And you know, it's a really funny, ridiculous movie. You know, Cloris Leachman does a voice in here as well. A lot of great performances in this movie, I thought. You know, it really looks good on Blu-ray. It looks like, however, the features are the same on the Blu-ray, but it's kind of crazy because up until now, the only Beavis and Butthead release we ever got was Volume 4, and surprisingly, never this. But it's so great to finally have this movie on Blu-ray now. Definitely can't wait to see like these new ones that they're apparently going to be doing for Paramount Plus. Pause for a sec. My cat wanted to come out. All right. The next one here. Now I watched this one. I reviewed this one to you guys a couple years ago, but I watched it because, you know, the new one comes out in just a few weeks. And there's no connection to the TV series whatsoever. I just kind of wanted to watch it and get it on the shelf. But it's, you know, Scream Resurrection, or Scream Season 3. And this one, this is basically, I think this one was actually really better than, you know, the first 2 seasons. Like, I remember I got so hyped about the first 2 seasons. But watching those now, I'm like, wait, why did I get so hyped about those, even though the mask was different? I don't know. But this one I think was a little bit better because it had this really great throwback to it. But this season, and this one it's very different. It's a different story from the other 2 seasons. But this one, this is basically about a boy named Dion Elliott, and what's his name's in? Tony Todd's in this one. But basically, this is like about him losing his brother on Halloween night. Tony Todd's character ends up killing his brother on Halloween night, and it's basically years later, the past is haunting him, and a new set of murders are starting to happen. Like someone wearing, you know, the ghost face mask is killing people off, killing his friends off, and it's him trying to figure out who it is, basically. You know, this movie has a really great throwback. Like I said, I enjoyed this one. You know, Keke Palmer's in this movie. Can't remember who else was in it. I know, yeah, Tony Todd was in it. But I don't know. I just thought this movie was, or this show was actually great. And this is from Stinky Tuna, by the way. So it's actually like a bootleg in a sort of a way. But definitely check this one out if you guys haven't seen it. I know this is on Netflix now, but if you go on Netflix now, you can definitely check this one out. Okay, the next one here I got. This is one I had for over a year now, and I just now finished it. This movie is not like the best one, but I still kind of like it for what it is. But it's Kiss the Girls here on Blu-ray. This one right here, there's no features on this one whatsoever. This one actually came out the Blu-ray a few years ago. And of course, I actually do like, you know, the sequel better, Along Came a Spider. I remember when I first watched this one, I was like, eh. But I actually do like it a little bit better than how I used to. Like I said, it's not my favorite. I still like Along Came a Spider a little bit better, but I still like this one. This is basically, Morgan Freeman's character. His, he's a detective in the movie, and basically, he's trying to investigate like all these girls that are getting kidnapped. And I think his one daughter in the movie, I think one of them was his daughter, gets kidnapped. It's basically trying to figure out who this kidnapper is, and in the movie, Ashley Judd's character ends up getting away from the kidnapper, and she's basically trying to help Morgan Freeman find this guy. She basically tells him everything that happened to her, and what the kidnapper did to her and everything. That will be my phone. But, I don't know, I actually enjoyed this one for what it was. Like I said, I still like, Along Came a Spider better, but, I still got it just because I had that one. Now, these last two Blu-rays here, these are ones I'm going to sell. This one I try to get into, I never really mind John Cena acting as much as, he does with wrestling. But, this was kind of like a one-time watch. This was a Nickelodeon movie here called Playing with Fire here on Blu-ray. This was basically, John Cena as this, like, firefighter. And the last one here. You guys are going to hate me when I say this, but, this was actually a first-time watch, and I got it on Black Friday a couple months ago, and I watched this with my mom, The Little Mermaid. And I didn't care for it. I really just wanted to watch Toy Story. I'm sorry for people that are fans of this. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to explain what this is about, because everyone knows this. About the mermaid named Ariel, and she wants to date this guy, and the evil woman Ursula. You know what that's about. But yeah. Now on to the DVDs. So there's only 2 DVDs here I'm keeping. The rest of these ones, most of them are, pretty much all of them I think, are from Dollar Tree. This is one right here I just bought about a month ago, but I recently talked to Amy Jo Johnson, who plays, the Pink Power Ranger. I wanted to check this one out because, I don't know, for some reason lately, and I never really got into Power Rangers, but I've been having a crush on Amy Jo Johnson. I don't know why, I just fell in love with her lately. But it's, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, here on DVD. I know this came out the Blu-ray from Shout Factory, but I wanted to see if I like it enough to actually get it on Blu-ray, and I love this movie. This is basically about the Power Rangers trying to, like, it's really hard to explain, but it's kind of like, it's basically the Power Rangers trying to stop this monster that's attacking the city, basically, but I don't know, I actually do like this one. It's very hard to explain, but, it's a great movie. Now, the other DVD here I have, now coincidentally, I had no idea this was a Christmas movie until I watched it. I enjoyed this one. This is technically, like, in a way, it's kind of a Christmas movie because it has, like, a Christmas theme to it. This movie was absolutely ridiculously hilarious. This is a movie here called Stalled, here on DVD. This is one of the Dollar Tree ones I bought months ago. This is basically about this janitor who's going to get fired soon. And it's him. It basically takes place in this office the entire time. Well, it takes place in the office bathroom the entire time. It's him cleaning up the women's bathroom, and he goes into one of the stalls, and he ends up seeing a girl having sex with another girl, and the one girl ends up biting the other girl, and it turns out, you find out right away, she's actually a zombie, and a zombie apocalypse is happening in this building. And it's basically him, because now all these zombies are in the bathroom. It's him trapped in the stall. He's boarded up the whole stall area, and he's trying to figure out what he's going to do. And there's like another woman next door to him, talking to him. And it's him trying to figure out what he's going to do. How is he going to escape, trying to survive, basically. But I really enjoyed this one. This one was in a way like a Christmas like horror movie because it had, like I said, it had a Christmas theme to it, and it was actually playing a couple of Christmas songs during this movie. But this is a British horror comedy movie, but it was actually kind of neat. I don't know. I really enjoyed this one. But let me know what you guys think about this movie. Okay, the rest of these DVDs right here, these are ones I am going to sell. I need to get a big drink because I am going to be talking a lot. Alright. Alright, we got, We Are What We Are on DVD. Alright, this next one right here is, this one's actually like a TV, like a mini TV series that was from BBC. It's about this weird kid. It was alright, but it's called Born to Kill on DVD. Alright, now this one right here, this was kind of like a horror comedy right here. It was kind of like it was kind of like The Office, but like a comedy horror movie. It's called Severance on DVD. Next, we got Bride of Scarecrow on DVD. This one was like about the Scarecrow wanting to marry this girl. Some of these are like weird. That's why they belong in the dollar store. We got one here called Found on DVD. Like a weird, like British or kind of like shot on like video. And that one I think I actually found at a Big Lots. Alright, this one right here is about, I can't remember what this was kind of like about a mysterious, like, someone was, like, following this family, and they were trying to, like, get demons after it or something, but it was the 65th on DVD. A lot of these ones are just fucking weird. We got Last Ones Out. This is from Shudder. About a zombie apocalypse happening in a hospital. This one right here, this was kind of like a slasher movie. This one was, I do love the cover of this, however. I will say that. The cover looks damn good, but I just did not like this movie. But it's called Pumpkins on DVD. This was kind of like about this serial killer wearing this like pumpkin head, killing teenagers off one by one. That's technically what this one was. But, I mean, I don't know, it was alright. We got one right here called The Cabin. Low-budget horror movie. But, yeah, it's like a whatever. We got The Jogger. This next one right here. Now, look, I love the idea how there was, like, a lot of horror people in this movie. But the movie kind of bored me. I do like, however, it came with this little sticker-like thing, but has a great cast in this movie. I will say that. But this one is Death House. This movie stars Kane Hodder, Bill Moseley, Dee Wallace, Sid Haig. We got Courtney Palm, Adrian Barbeau, Michael Berryman, Barbara Crampton, Gunnar Hansen. Rest in peace to Gunnar and Sid. My phone again. Lindsay Hartley, Lloyd Kaufman, Camille Keaton, Felissa Rose, Tony Todd, Vincent Ward, and Vernon Wells. So there's a lot of damn good people in this movie. But no, it wasn't really like my favorite one to watch. Got a couple of, like, the last four, these are like Scream Factory DVDs I found. We got Ghost Stories right here. A anthology horror movie. We got one here called Ambition, It Can Kill You, or I think it's just called Ambition. And I think this one was like about this, or was it? It was the next movie. I'm sorry, but this one, yeah, Ambition. This is the one I was thinking of. Elizabeth Harvest. This was like about this girl, or this like British girl, like moving to this place, and the owners tell her not to go in this one room. She ends up going there anyway, and something ends up going completely wrong with her. That's what that is. And the last one here is, this one right here is called JACKALS on DVD. But yeah, that's all the DVDs and Blu-rays I have to talk about for you guys. So this was actually the final DVD and Blu-ray update of 2021. So next DVD update will be the first of 2022. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys had a Merry, good Christmas. Hope you guys have a great New Year. And thanks for watching. See ya.